Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to You Do You. I decided to change up my rooms where I am, so this is my house, I bet. And sun's shining, so everywhere I go, there was a big glare in the back of my head, but I thought I'd just sit down and just go because that's how I roll. And rolling is good when you don't have a plan. But this today I did write some stuff down, and it's on a piece of paper, so I looked down. It's just because this is really important to me that I'm going to talk to you. This is episode 3 of what has been going on in my life in the last year. So I welcome you back. Yay! Thanks for visiting me again and enjoying what you're hearing. But today we're going to talk about something that I really had to rebuild in myself before I could actually start moving forward. And we don't actually think about it as doing it for ourselves. We usually think about other people when we're trying to rebuild, and that is trust. Uh, we've talked about all the how the life changes I've had in the last year and how I've grown through a lot of strength and courage, which is one of them as well, and how I had to just change. I had to change and morph into who I am right now, pretty much. And that's, I had to trust that evolution of myself to go forward to do what I am doing right now. And if you go back to podcast 1, it'll tell you where what happened to me last year. And it was like most people would just roll over and just say I give up. But I had to put my big boy shoes on, big girl shoes on actually, and move forward. But when I look back at it, it's mostly who trusting what was happening, trusting. So what we're going to talk about is how I got to that place where I could actually trust myself to do what I'm doing right now. And that's a big struggle, because you always second guessing yourself and you begin to question yourself and all these decisions that you have to make for my dad and for myself in order for me to move forward, in order to me to have the energy that I have to move forward. I actually had to say, gosh, I trust myself. I had to question, and sometimes I would question it and then play a story in my head. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do I do this today? I don't know if I can do it today. What if I do it tomorrow? But I had to like throw that trust right into my face and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I trust myself to make these decisions. Now, sometimes the decisions were wrong, but when we make wrong decisions, eventually we get it right. And then there's that little bit of trust that comes with it too, as well. So this past week and coming up weekend is my mom's memorial. She'll be almost a year now. And at this time last year, she was dying. And I wasn't sure if I could do this podcast about this because I might cry, but oh yeah, I don't have Kleenex on me, but that's okay. It's okay. I'll just wipe it on my shirt. If you're hearing me, that's what I'll do. If you see me, excuse me. But I had to normalize this experience. And we talk about my new normal. And we talked about my new normal in the last episode. And growth often comes with uncertainty and identity shifts. And I get that because I wouldn't be here sitting on this chair talking to you about what happened to me last year and wanting to move forward. And maybe something that I've said will resonate with you so you can move forward in anywhere in your life. Because I call this a new season. Yes, we have spring coming, but this is this new season of me. And I like seeing it like that. It's not new me, it's a new season of me, and it's my new normal. So it goes together. And with strength, and reevaluate and evolving with my identity, the trust, I had to trust that this is where I'm supposed to go. Not left, not right. This is where I'm supposed to go. And that was quite hard to do because yes, I questioned everything I did because it was quick and we had to make decisions and I had to trust if it wasn't right, so be it. And you just move on and you keep trusting and keep trusting and keep trusting. And trust isn't instant. It wasn't instant for me. It rebuilt slowly to listening to myself again, to actually having a little thought pattern in my brain and on my left side or my right side or my angel or whatever would talk to each other and kind of analyze what's happening and enjoy that ride of saying, you know what? I'm okay. I got this. I trust myself that I got this to make life a lot easier for myself and for my father and for my brothers too as well. And it's shifted my identity. And I think when people see me now, and I got a great huge compliment the other day, and I had lunch with a beautiful friend of mine. I see her once at a blue moon, and I've known her since before I was pregnant with my son Evan, who's 27. And she said to me, she goes, no matter what, when someone says your name, Adonica, I think of how strong and resilient you are. I said, thank you. But then in my brain, I'm like questioning it, but I have to trust that's what she's seeing. And I'm hoping that some people are seeing that too. And I don't care. It's who I am now. And that's the way life works. You you evolve your identity. We're never the same. We're always evolving. We're always changing. We're always trusting our thoughts in our brain. And we're moving forward. And sometimes we slip. Absolutely. Trust me. I slipped. I slip. But for some reason, you learn from that slip and you evolve again and you go through it again. You have an identity, you go through it again, you evolve. It's never an identity crisis. It's moving forward and growing because it's never all of a sudden you're great. It's a slow moving evolvation, not evolvation. That's a terrible. I don't even know if I said that right. You evolve. You evolve. No, maybe that's wrong too, but ignore me right now. But you know what I mean. You evolve, but you never are in a crisis because you know how to get out of it. And you trust that process to get out of it. And if I didn't get out of where I was last year, I'd be there still then and not doing what I'm doing right now and sitting and always thinking about what ifs, but trust. Um, so tools that I practiced when I was doing this big shift of evolving and getting my strength, empowering my energy, and trusting myself. Okay, just if you had to turn up the volume slightly in the last 5 seconds, you'll hear the snow running off my roof. It sounds like a train, a freight train. Ignore that. I'm okay. Good. It's all good. But let's go back to the practical tools that I used. One of the things that I used is one of my things I need to use, and I know that I've used it all my life, is working out. It's practical. There's a beautiful hormone in our brain that when we work out, we ignite it and we feel happier. We might be exhausted, but we're happy because the body's happy. We might do a little meditation. I've done meditations. I'm also an affirmation girl. Practical tools, anything sitting quietly, grounding yourself. That's what I want you to know that you have your own practical tools. They're in your brain. You know what you love to do. If you're a knitter, you're a reader, you're quiet, you like music. Today I had music playing loudly while I was working on my computer. Those are the things that are my practical tools to help me ground, to help me move forward in this big identity that I'm now have that I didn't think I would have again. But it gives me a break of what's coming at me. And I talked about the hamster wheel last time where I kept spinning, but I knew I had to get off and I knew I had to choose me and trust that when I chose me, that I would be stronger, more energetic, more loving, more patient. Well, that's a good word. Patient with stuff that was happening around me. And when I got frustrated, one of the one things I've learned to do is verbalize it, but with kindness and say, I'm very overwhelmed and ask and reach out for service and support. If I didn't have that in place, I'd be a mess. So practical tools are really, really important when you're doing this identity growth. Instead of sitting back here, you're doing the identity growth. And that's what I had to do what I'm doing for my father and for my brothers and for my family too, as well. Again, it's not easy squeezy. it's been a long year of heartache and missing my mom and not being able to call her when your doctor calls you and you want to share what she told you. You share it with your dad. It's not the same when you share it with your mom because your mother would ask you questions and make sure you're good. And yeah, I miss her a lot, but she'd be happy. She looked down for me and be happy. And I think this is the only time right now that I'm talking right now where this last year at this time, I was struggling. I seek medical help, still on the medical help that was given to me. I'm not wiping my nose on my shirt, by the way. Um, and been able to get there, get there where I can call my dad and ask how he's doing and hold it together and have my moments where I don't hold it together. I gotta trust that. So everything comes back to trusting. So yeah, and when I think about it, I could have been a total lost zombie last year, but you're not lost. And I wrote this down because I thought it was really, really, really important. There's days, don't get me wrong, there's days where I feel lost and chaotic and overwhelmed. But no matter what, I've got to trust that I'm learning the new version of myself as well as everyone else around me. And that is super, super important. Again, you're not lost. You're not overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed. If you're not lost, you could be overwhelmed, frustrated, all that in one package. But you have to learn to trust the new version of you that's going to come after that. And that's what I did. I trusting the new version of me, which is, oh, it's, I love it. I love her. Love me. I love her and she's amazing. And I look forward to seeing what more I can bring to my world and maybe yours too as well in this new version of me, the new normal, the new me. And I love it. So please trust yourself. Now, we're going back to my mom's journal. Uh, because when I have to put my glasses on, hang on a minute, put my glasses on, and I love this journal. I want to say I'm thankful that you're with me when I read this because I don't think I could do it with anything else. So I think where I ended, I should write this down, but if I read it again and it's not, okay, all right. January 6th. I think we did this one, but I'm not sure. January 6th, 99. And my mom wrote this down when I was talking to her on the phone. And this is her little book. Yep. Mommy and Daddy heard your heartbeat again today. It was much stronger than last month. The doctor said that it is now time for Mommy to start giving herself injections of heparin twice daily. Heparin is to prevent a stroke, and it's not harmful to you in any way. January 7th, 99. Daddy showed Mommy how to administer a needle as he gave her the first dose of heparin this morning. Mommy was a bit bruised. Mommy gave herself a needle for the first time later on in the day. January 8th. I called her a lot. Mommy placed an ice pack on her stomach after her needle, and it seemed that you moved over to the other side. Let me just give you a little bit of a background. I'm going to end there. Is that I'm a stroke survivor. I've had one major, two minors, and in order to have a baby, I had to do blood thinners. And I did it for my, I can't remember what trimester I started in, but it must have been the third, fourth. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, because I started in January. Um, I looked like I was a bruised cushion, but it probably saved my life. And yeah, of course, there's complications. Evan was huge, and but mom was always worried that being pregnant would be a harm to me, which it was. in the long term, like delivery was hard and all that great stuff. But she was again a couple province over. But I would call her after every injection and tell her, "Oh my God, Mom, I'm bruised the heck." And I would do it. I visited her and I did it in the airplane and stuff. But she wrote everything down, and she was my support system to get me through that because, like she could never have babies, and I was giving her the day by day run of my medical injections of heparin. So it was funny. So we'll end there and we'll come back to the this another time. I'm going to put a little clip here so I know where I am. So, but thank you everyone for listening and tuning into this lovely podcast of You Do You Unfiltered with me. And I just want to say, when I close this up, if you're learning to trust yourself again, if you're learning to trust yourself again, for whatever reason you have, take your time. Take your time. Stop, breathe, do something you love. Take your time. Take your time. You're not behind. You'll get there. Thank you for joining. Talk to you soon.